Chapter 120. Godlike Plan. Su Jingting looked at Assistant Sun with appreciation and motioned for him to continue. Assistant Sun continued. If Lin Cheng's really liked Miss Xia, he could have just pursued her openly. He didn't do it through Miss Xia herself, but through her family to put pressure on her. Firstly, he might not be sincere towards Miss Xia. Secondly, he must have understood that he would be rejected even worse if he went to Miss Xia directly, so he went to the Xia family directly. At the end of the day, he was to idle. Whenever he had the time, he would find all kinds of trouble and cause trouble. Speaking of which, it's also because his relationship isn't going well. The woman beside him isn't someone he's satisfied with. Otherwise, if he had a job as busy as you and a perfect girlfriend like Miss Xia, he wouldn't have the time to do these little tricks. Assistant Sun's words made Su Jingting feel a lot more comfortable. The key was that Assistant Sun would clarify the facts and praise Xie Yishan, whom he cared about. As expected of his old subordinate who had followed him for many years, Su Jingting had a whole new level of respect for him. Assistant Sun saw that Su Jingting did not interrupt him, so he mustered up his courage and continued. According to my opinion, not only was the lesson last time too small, but it also did not hit the point. Su Jingting crossed his long legs. He closed the laptop in his hand and asked Assistant Sun with interest, "How do you think we should teach him a lesson this time?" Assistant Sun took out a proposal from his briefcase. "Regarding this matter, I made a detailed plan when you returned to China." Su Jingting was speechless. He reflected on whether his workload was too heavy and he was too strict with his subordinates. Assistant Sun said seriously as if he was reporting work. "First of all, we can't suppress Lin Cheng's all at once to avoid causing Miss Xia to be disgusted by him. However, we can release the news truthfully, indicating that all the businesses under Group F will not cooperate with the Lin Group. Secondly, even if the Lin Group was in danger, the entire group would still be supported. As the heir, Lin Cheng's would always have time to do personal things. So the best way was to let Lin Cheng's private time be occupied by other things, such as dating. Of course, we can't give him a girlfriend. Doesn't he have a woman outside? We can't let them be idle. We have to find something to make trouble for that woman. The above is the plan one made after weighing the pros and cons. However, President Su, I sincerely suggest that you find a way to get engaged to Miss Xia. At least it's a permanent solution. Lin Cheng's had failed once, so it was inevitable that he would make a comeback." Su Jingting carefully considered Assistant Sun's words. With his status and social status, it would be too bad for Xie Yishan's heroic image of the perfect boyfriend to fight with Lin Cheng's alone. In this life, he was one step ahead of Lin Cheng's and had already decided to be Xie Yishan's boyfriend and girlfriend. He was confident that he could be with Xie Yishan for a long time. "President Su, even a single dog like me can tell that Miss Xia likes you too. You have to consider Miss Xia's feelings before doing anything." Su Jingting nodded. For the first time, he showed concern for Assistant Sun. "You've worked hard." Assistant Sun was flattered and almost burst into tears. He kept saying that it was not hard at all. He had already been bombarded by President Su's mother, Ms. Qin Yalan's phone calls many times, asking him to remind Su Jingting to grasp the love. After all, Su Jingting was not young anymore. If they did not date, everyone would think that he and Su Jingting were a couple.